No sock for me. If you're wearing joggers, obviously socks.
That's disgusting.
What do you mean?
No sock.
I wash my feet 3 times a day.
No, but
Doubt it.
No, 100%. No, 100%.
Who does that?
Me.
He's a 10, but he washes his feet 3 times.
It's a genuine
He's a
no.
two.
But like your
You're a
jeans go,
two.
like your jeans go past your.
You're a 2.
I've heard that before.
Scouts, welcome back to the We Got the Chocolates podcast. I'm Leigh.
I'm Mitch.
And I'm Andrew.
And Chocoledges, Chockies, it is great to have you joining us. We know life gets busy, so consider this one of your social outings for the week as we chat about current trends, latest news, and sporting events. How's that? We got the chocolates.
That week off has bloody done you wonders, I reckon.
You've been practicing that all week, haven't you?
It wasn't a week off, boys. I was on the tools hard on that Zoom call. My skin was pushing buttons.
I'll bring it up earlier. I thought Skin was best on ground last week, and he's overtaken you in the Roadcaster stakes.
Thank
Just
you.
a free plug for Roadcaster. That's great people.
Yeah, they deserve
We
it.
paid double the price for ours, but that's fine.
Yeah, should have bought it before end of financials.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Happy end of financial year, everyone. For 3 days ago, as you're listening to this.
Even 7.
Probably 7 days.
Who cares? Doesn't
That's
matter.
not the strong point. Yeah. Anyway, I've actually got a story. I went to a wedding in Sydney this weekend with my...
Don't do it.
significant... Yes. Anyway, girl I'm getting no/girlfriend/meso soup. And a big shout out to Hugh and Maddie. What's that?
Thought you'd overtaken me for a minute. The chaplain says fiancé.
It wasn't my wedding.
There's free catalogue from like Prouds of Jewels on there as well. I don't know why is there a link here?
I'll send them to Skin. Does this one look good?
Michael Hill, good people.
Anyway. So I went down there. I was in the midst of giving a shout out to Hugh and Maddie, who saw me at the wedding and came up and introduced themselves. So they definitely have the chocolates. Absolutely. They will be listening and they'll be very, very happy. I actually didn't look overly cool when they came up and introduced themselves to me, which might shock your skin, but less
big surprise.
less cool than usual because they gave out like glow sticks to make the dance floor look elite at the wedding. And it's a classic, Michael. You should try it at one of your weddings that you film. And I don't
think that's the videographer's decision. I reckon
he's got big input.
That might be up to the bride, I reckon.
Nah, don't undersell Michael's sway in those conversations.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so they give him the glow sticks, and I was genuinely, I don't know why I've never thought about this before, but I was staring at them from point blank range trying to work out how they work. Like, because you crack them and they get bright. I was baffled by it.
Right.
So as I'm staring at 2 glow sticks in my hand, Hugh came up and was like, "Here, we got the chocolates." I was like, well, not all of them, but yeah, I am one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to work out these glow sticks thing. Yeah,
He must have thought you were like peaking or something.
yeah, he would have actually. He would have thought I was on the bloody Richard Gere. How do glow sticks work though, Skin? You know that sort of.
Yeah, well, if you told me you were going to ask me that this hour, I would have found out for you, but no, I can't tell you.
Well, that's not what you were doing for half an hour before the show.
No, I was working out something
would've thought they
slightly
might.
different, but
I didn't cover
we'll get
that
to
in your chemistry, physics degree.
They would have
the
at some,
hybrid.
they definitely would have at some stage, like 5 years ago. So haven't got it ready to go off the top of my head. Sorry.
All right, sort that out then. But I did think it was a great way to encourage people. If you do see us out in public, happens to Skin and Gode all the time.
It hasn't happened once to me yet. I'm fucking filthy.
Well, someone else-
I've been wearing my fucking hat and shirt everywhere.
Can't make it any more
I
obvious.
can't make it anymore apart from a fucking name
Someone
tag.
go hit you up.
But if you do see us, do come and say hello. We'll absolutely drop your name in the next podcast. And one person actually that did get seen was that exact wedding videographer we were just talking about. His name is Michael. You've heard him. Well, he introduced him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he introduced. Are we cutting?
Nah, I can't.
Honestly, I didn't realise I was coming in this.
Just come in now, mate. Just do your
I
best.
would have just started here if I knew.
Yeah, I did try to tell you after all.
No, don't worry about it. Embrace imperfection.
That one.
What? What's wrong?
No, don't worry about it.
Holding on.
No, he just had something else.
All right. Michael, but you had a story to jump on the back of that, the recognition stakes again, didn't you?
Yeah. I was filming a wedding 2 days ago.
Wait, could you start again? Because I've done that classic thing where I don't unmute you.
I was going to tell you in about 18 minutes.
I started poorly anyway, so I'm glad.
Yeah, that was better.
No, that'll be good.
Go
Are
on,
you
mate.
okay?
I'm in like a shit mood, and then I sit here and I start laughing.
But when we do our Simpsons podcast as a breakaway from this, obviously you can't be doing that type of stuff.
You need to be a lot more professional, mate, for that kind of gear.
Practicing here.
Cody's going to do hours of preparation for that one.
Don't need to, just watch TV.
Anyway, well, I was at a wedding 2 days ago filming it. at the reception, I'm just sitting there just having a drink and a bloke just strolls up to me and just goes, "Oi, you're on, we got the chocolates." And I was like, well, not really. Very rarely actually, but I do film it and I'm on there occasionally. And I think, honestly, I forgot his name because I know he told me, and I think it's Jack. So if he is actually a fan, I'm so sorry. But when he did say his name, I was still so excited that he knew who I was. I had two arms in the air and he said his name, but I straight out.
La La Land. Yeah.
So whoever got married just got this portion of their video where Michael's just shooting the sky. Both cameras up in the air.
Yeah. But anyway, so now that's 2 times I've been noticed in public.
Oh, yeah.
And both at weddings.
Yep.
Great for my self-esteem. So,
and that's why we'd encourage people to keep doing it.
Please do.
It's mainly
Honestly,
for the self-esteem.
please.
thing.
Yeah, we need your help.
But we will also give you a shout out on the.
I'll try and remember your name. No promises.
And
but
a big thanks to Graham, who
Well done to all the Jacks out there. Thanks for coming up to Michael at the wedding.
relatively uncommon name, Jack.
Yeah, definitely. He was in the Titanic last I saw him.
Couldn't fit apparently.
I'm pretty sure he fit on the ship. He just couldn't fit on that.
that
door.
8 metre by 8 metre door.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Pop culture. Skin, talk me through that one.
Shovel
If he had
over
had
it.
glow sticks, he would have been fine.
Someone would have seen him earlier.
They might be warm. Anyway,
What?
Have you got a joke?
Oh yeah, was that not it? Was it? Fucking hell!
That's a glowing endorsement for my humour.
You keep sending the jokes in, guys. They've been on fire recently. Our inbox is overflowing. Literally, it's onto the floor.
Yeah, we keep having to pay for more storage.
Yeah, I know.
Bastards.
I know. My iTunes, what is it? iPhone bills up millions months. If anyone's money.
I get $1.99 deducted from Apple every month. Real pain in the ass.
I'm $4.99 at the moment. It's just hemorrhaging. Anyway. I can shovel over now. Mikos is like, this is bloody podcast gold. And this joke of the day is sent in by Claire. Hope we declared this before you sent this in.
What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bicycle? Attire.
That's really good. So it works.
That's really good. Yeah, I got that one.
That was sensational. That's close to the best on ground so far I reckon we've had. That's so much better than the ones you've been picking the last few weeks, I'll be honest with you.
I also picked that one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's good for you as well. Mainly Claire, but good for you as well.
Yeah, okay. Also, I had one sent in, and I forget who it was from, but it was how do you circumcise a whale? The higher foreskin divers. Should have finished on Claire's.
What do you do?
Should have finished on Claire's.
It's the thing we do.
What the hell's a skin diver?
I always assumed it was just you.
Don't do it. No, not again. It's be better.
See what happened there was his nickname.
I still get it. Yeah, nice.
No, he was talking to me.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I'm just so used to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. What do you
Come
got?
on, Mitchie.
He's working hard on the buttons. I assume something's happening.
Yeah.
I'm introducing the next segment. That's
you.
what's happening.
Every week.
Apologies.
No, don't
Maybe we
apologise.
should put him back on the
You
button.
really should.
No, just be yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
Anyway, so thanks for the joke of the day, King. We've got a guest on, a semi-regular guest. Everyone's quite a fan of her. I'm sure you'll work out who it is early on. So I'll keep that as a secret for a moment longer. And here we go.
Let's look at that sweep. That's bloody
Well, it's always an absolute pleasure to have this girl back at We Got the Chocolates headquarters. Is it girl or woman, would you say? What are you more comfortable with, Jans? I've just given away who it was. That sucks.
It's a big secret.
Surprise.
She's never here.
Kept it such a big surprise before then.
Thanks for having me.
You are most welcome. I've got a new jingle for you just so that it sets the scene and everyone knows exactly who you are. Are you ready for it? I'm second guessing myself now. I think it's this one. You've still got the baby, obviously.
Yep, still have her.
Is there something wrong with you?
How's that for a little sting?
Much better than the singing. I really prefer that.
How much can one man do in a day?
Productivity levels just through the roof.
Is that the third jingle we've had for this segment?
Yeah. If not the fourth. Could be the fourth, actually.
I deleted one, and then one we play at the ending.
Okay, right.
Always. That one's still in
You
existence.
haven't made a new one for that?
Unfortunately not.
Not yet. Anyway.
Unfortunately not. No. Now, Jana, we're incredibly excited about having you on tonight, and the reason being that you're always on the hunt for wonderful new social media trends. It's the reason that we started doing the Don't Laugh Challenge. It's the reason that we were slapping each other with tortillas the other day.
Which hurt more than you think.
A lot more than you think.
It was not funny.
no.
It actually
Well,
just
it was,
hurt.
it was kind of funny. For the people on the sideline, it was good. But
Yeah. And then a couple of other like little running games and stuff and some controversy, Mitch, that people will see in the coming weeks as well on social media. But Jans, this one, I think, I'm not sure if you're aware of it or if you'd seen it, but I definitely saw it and was like, we need to do this together. Absolutely. And that is the he's a 10 but or she's a 10
love this
but
trend.
trend.
I love it.
Just been fantastic. It's funny looking at Gode because it's the type of thing he would hate.
I absolutely cannot stand it. Hence, I prepared my bit 4 minutes ago.
That's pretty good for you.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Okay. So basically it was a way for people to highlight their sort of red and green flags or things that they loved about people or things that gave them the irrits. And what I like about this trend particularly is that it looks past the superficial, you know. It doesn't only look at people's looks, it also starts to dig deep into their personality traits as well, which is fantastic.
it could. a lot of people chose not to do that anyway, so just personally attack us, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's right. So we have chosen a couple each, haven't we? And we're sort of going to go.
Or more than a
around.
couple for one of us at the table. It might have gone a bit overboard.
Yeah, that's right. We're still doing it for a long time whilst we're trying to press record. Trying to narrow down his list.
Got a couple of weeks
did
worth
help
if we
me
need
out,
them.
though.
Yeah, and I've sent some to Jana, which is
Yeah.
now going to confuse me
Yeah.
because I can't remember which ones, but that's all right. We'll get there.
I mean, it's brilliant podcasting as per usual. And it's worth noting that we did put this out to the chockies and chocolatiers and chocoledges and chocolasses and all those people out there.
You need to pick one.
Well, there's so many good ones.
or like use one per week or something.
Yeah.
It's like not all in a row, but that's
Right.
fine. Okay.
What I'm saying is we put it out on social media. We got some wonderful responses. We can't name them all, but we have tried to choose some of our best. So I've got, and I will start this one because it's applicable and appropriate to me today because I flew home from Sydney.
Hold on. I reckon I picked the same one. Go. Do
Okay,
it.
good. She's a 9.5, but claps when the airplane lands.
Yeah, I picked that one as well. Did you have that one?
That
as
one-
well?
I didn't have that one, but I didn't have that one because I saw it got entered 700 times. So
Yeah, there's a lot of people. That's why
I assumed that one of
Yeah.
you would read it. Yeah,
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm happy to say that I hate that with a passion.
Yeah.
Clapping when the airplane
Yeah.
lands.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't get clapped when I park the car.
Even in windy conditions.
it's slightly easier, but
Slightly.
you do have to operate under this subject.
No, but I mean, and even to
When you're on a
Cody's
plane, you
point,
think it's landing. Like
It's
not that, it's not
we
that
all know
surprising.
It's a lot harder. Yes, we do.
but Cody's not a professional car driver and he doesn't get clapped for that. That's just the guy's job
that you know of.
Do race car drivers get clapped?
for finishing. If they
Yeah.
finish first, they definitely do.
Do they clap themselves?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, they also don't
don't
park.
know.
Or I also saw clapping at the end of a movie in the cinema.
Oh, both
Potentially
terrible.
worse. Oh,
I
well,
actually
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's
I
worse.
reckon worse
That's
too.
worse.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're deducting points for both of those. Which
Yeah,
way are we
okay.
going? To clockwise or
It was
anti-clockwise?
left to the dealer. Who's left?
Isn't hang on, isn't,
Yeah.
sorry, isn't the point we're meant to give them a rating? Isn't that the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
idea of
that's
the
what
game?
we're doing.
So
Yeah,
we just said,
well, we said
they're
they
less
suck.
than 9.5, but we didn't give a number like
Oh, okay.
Oh, do we?
4.
4.
Oh,
3. At
3.
tops. That sucks.
Jeez.
there you
2. Wow, harsh.
All right. Are we saying the name who sent this in? No. Good. Excellent. Because I can't pronounce it. It's just terrible spelling.
That's their name.
No, I don't. Oh,
It might not be.
oh no,
It
hold
could
on. I've
just
got the
be
wrong guy. No, I've got the wrong guy.
handle
Sorry.
or something.
No, it was a handle. No, I got the wrong guy. 10, but buys you an Amstel Light at the bar. You know how I feel about poor beer.
What's an Amstel Light?
It's
That
like
must be very
it's like a European lager beer.
Oh, right.
I think it's Dutch. I'm fairly certain.
Don't look at me. I've never heard of it.
When
Or was
you,
that just the
initially,
oven?
when you initially said that, I thought they were buying like a fluorescent light.
Yeah,
for
that's
some
right.
reason.
Amstel
Yeah.
Light. No. So it's a.
Yeah, good
Have I
one.
got that right? It's bad.
It's
It's
bad.
bad.
All right,
It's
yeah,
bad.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, confirmation.
Confirm.
Buys you a okay, so he buys you a shit beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's taking him down to a 5.
Under.
What was he, a 10?
10?
4.
No, I'd say maybe a 7 because he still bought you a beer.
Oh, nice skin.
Oh, that's
Change
valid.
Up. That's good.
All right, I'll go
Nah,
5.
be better. 3.
It's also a beer.
3. You are harsh.
Yeah, I know. I like good beer, and unfortunately, an Amstel Light isn't one
Do
of them.
you?
Yeah, I do. I really
mentioned
do.
that before.
Wouldn't
Yeah, I also,
know.
I love good beverages.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Jans. One sort of little throwback to something we've chatted about before on the podcast with you. He's a
what is
2, but he has clean sheets.
Oh, okay. Automatic 6. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
It's not going to like throw you up the ranks.
Yeah, but it's a nice little boost. That helps a bit.
Yeah.
All right, so Jan, what if he's a 10 and he hasn't washed his sheets
He's
for
a
3
2.
months?
It's disgusting.
It is
You still haven't changed your stance on that at all.
Disgusting. It's probably gotten stronger.
I'll
Like,
obviously
point of view on
I'll
that.
let my friend know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Graham.
No, I wash them regularly now.
Good. Why is that?
Once 6 weeks.
Okay. Someone else does.
Fiance. Jan, what's yours?
Yeah.
All right.
Is this yours or Mitch's?
Does it matter?
No.
Collaborative.
Play on.
He's a 10, but he wears invisible socks.
Oh.
What are invisible socks?
Well, like, you know the ones
The
the
little
no-show
secret
ones?
socks.
Come on.
Oh,
No-show
little like
socks.
socket things.
Yeah.
Think about it, mate. With socks you can't see.
Oh, thanks, mate. I didn't know that.
So he's barefoot.
Why did you ask?
Camo socks.
No, I thought it might have been something different.
I think no-show socks are all right in the right settings.
No, they're not.
You don't like them?
No.
That's interesting. But if you've got shorts on and you can't go like...
If you take your shoe off and the only part of your foot that the sock covers is your toes,
Yeah, okay, you're not happy with that.
nah.
Would you not prefer, something else. Would you prefer, like, if you're wearing like a Van, good people, with no sock?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah,
You still have to wear socks.
So you just have to wear proper socks.
Even if
Just
you're
wear
wearing
socks.
even if you're wearing shorts.
Yes.
So you have to wear skate shoes and socks
Yeah.
and with shorts.
Yeah.
Long socks or quarter-length socks?
I guess
all
they
right?
have to be
Tony
long
Hawk's
socks,
arrived,
don't they?
obviously.
Like quarterly. No,
Quarter-length
you
is
can't do no-show
So you're not a big
socks.
fan of no-show?
No, no sock for me. If you're wearing joggers, obviously socks.
That's disgusting.
What do you mean?
No sock.
I wash my feet 3 times a day.
No, but
Doubt it.
No, 100%. No, 100%.
Who does that?
Me.
He's a 10, but he washes his feet 3
It's
times.
a genuine
He's a
no.
two.
Morning shower, nighttime shower, last thing I do before I
No,
go
but
to
you
bed.
wash your whole body. You made it specifically like
Yeah,
you would
but
jump
when
into the
do you
shower
wear your
just to wash
shoes?
your
Do you
feet.
wear your shoes first thing in the
Well, I
morning?
don't wear them at 9:30 when I go to bed, that's for
No,
sure.
and so you go to bed with clean feet, then you wash them before you put them in your rank shoes. Then you,
How rank are your shoes getting though?
if you wear them all day with
Well,
no socks,
I only said if I wear skate shoes to go out or something. Let's say I'm wearing jeans and Vans, I won't wear socks. I'm not going to work and pumping out a workout, and then having a coffee,
Hold
and
on.
then with no socks
If you're
on.
wearing Vans and long pants, do you wear socks?
Vans and long pants always absolutely not.
So you just have bare ankle.
Yes. Yeah, but like your
You're a
jeans go past your.
You're a 2.
I've heard that before.
I'm just still confused about the logistics. Are you having 3 showers a day?
Yeah.
Or-
2 showers and then I'll wash my feet before I go to bed.
That's really odd.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Wash your feet, brush your
what do you
teeth.
do? Like, sit in the bathtub or something?
No, just turn the shower on, scrub. Robert's your mother's brother.
You don't do
Just
that.
your feet.
100%.
That's
100%.
why.
That's no word of a lie. You can ask my wife.
Is that- people do that at like campsites to not get tinnier.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. That's
I've
good.
never.
It'll change your life.
All right.
Do it. Do it tonight when you get home.
Okay,
I won't.
I'll give it
Yeah.
a crack.
Do it.
Yeah.
What, would you just have a full shower?
Yeah, have a
good
full
point.
shower. But let's say you have a shower at 8:30.
Yeah.
You go downstairs, have a cup of Joe, and then wash your
Come
feet.
back and wash your feet again.
100% after brush my teeth.
I guess
loose.
it would keep these sheets cleaner.
It's true,
Yeah,
I guess.
ever so slightly.
Oh, I didn't
like-
realise I'd be in trouble for being too hygienic
No,
here.
you-
No, it's just interesting.
Anyways, yeah.
I didn't know I had a line and
it's
you just
re-
showed me I do.
It's just really interesting.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that we were getting you on just for Gode's confessional.
No. Happy to be here.
That took a strange turn.
I'm learning so much about him.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
Jans, I really wanted to ask you this one.
Oh dear.
They're an 8, but they don't wipe up the crumbs after they make toast. I had a feeling you wouldn't like that.
No.
I'm very guilty of doing that.
It's
by
going
the
to
way.
be at like a 2.5.
Yeah, okay. So it makes an impact.
So
Yeah.
crumbs on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not using your plate.
I don't know. It doesn't
Well,
really
but you know
specify.
how when you pull the toaster, like, is your toaster on the
Yeah.
bench permanently? If you ever
No, toaster's on a tray in the butler's pantry.
Oh yeah, but that tray
Must
gets
be
full of
nice.
crumbs.
Tray gets dirty, but I
right?
mean the tray's sort of hidden in the back there. You know what I mean? So it's
it's
sort of
still, yeah.
no one can see that except for me.
I don't know. Nah, bothers me.
You know where my toaster is next to the microwave there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
Yeah, we all know.
Listeners, his toaster is next to the
If you're ever
microwave
invited to Gode's house, make yourself
If you want,
a piece
if
of
you want
toast.
toast and some soup, you can right next to each other.
on the tray.
Oh, that's good. Go. Let's
my
get
turn?
do this quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is there are 7, but pronounce it espresso.
Oh, that's good. I love that one.
The actual physical reactions of everyone in this room when these get read.
That's how you know we've chosen Belter.
Nah.
That was good.
What was it? 7?
There are 7, so they're in the middle. So it's sort of hard
It's
to.
not
I
even
mean,
a good. Oh, no,
yeah.
it's a good score, but it's.
it's above average.
There's nothing wrong with a 7, yeah. Really attractive bloke, I'm sure. Yeah.
Especially at university. In fact, they're high
This
distinctions.
is what you strive for.
Yeah, it is what you strive for. It's a 2. 2 for me.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
What if it's
Jeez,
in
you're harsh over
Dare
there.
double espresso? There are 12.
They're baristas.
They're millionaires.
Go, Skid.
You're up, Skid.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to choose which one, but I'll go.
Yeah, that's 'cause you got 41
I know,
of them.
yeah, no.
Put them in alphabetical order.
But
Get rid of your Excel
I'll throw
spreadsheet.
this one in there. It's obvious that it's horrendous, but I just don't get how it happens. A 10, but bites their toenails. How does one bite a toenail?
See,
That
is quite
genuinely
hard.
got sent in. I'm not flexible enough to pull that off.
But if you are flexible enough, that's probably why you're a 10.
Oh, where are you going with that? What are you doing with that?
I just mean every gymnast is quite attractive.
Oh, okay, right.
what I've seen.
That's probably good.
In mind, I used to do gymnastics.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I was 8.
Explains the
I
height.
think that was that attractive.
I was a 4.
I was 8 out of 10.
31.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't think any kind. Nah, too
Yeah, I
hard.
mean,
No,
it's a zero.
you know the answer.
You can't
yeah.
be doing that.
Yeah. Can't do that.
What about fingernails? Side note, what about fingernails? Fingernails fine, surely.
Fine.
Yeah, I
If you're a
agree.
10 and bite your
Different,
fingernails, you may be
Fine.
Unless you go to, in which
Yeah.
case you wash your feet 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Your toenails will be clean.
Actually, yeah. If
Cleaner
you were a
than you
10,
think.
Couldn't be
your
cleaner.
toenails should still be a 10.
Couldn't be
your
clean.
hands
Probably
like?
an 11, actually.
Do you ever wash your hands or are you too busy washing your feet?
Get the same thing, scrub them together.
Jans, have you got any more for us?
Yeah,
if
I
you
got
want me
one
to
more.
go? Come
This
on.
is a direct hit to my husband. He's a 10,
yes.
but won't shut up about crypto.
That
a 1.
is your husband. Matt, what is does he badger you about that?
All the time. Less now because I got really annoyed, but because it was the only thing he would talk about.
Do you have
Also,
any
'cause it's
interest
all worth next to
whatsoever?
$0 now.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
So yeah, I don't understand that. That'd be a tough conversation to have with one
I
person.
can't
that
carry the
doesn't want to
conversation. I have nothing to contribute. So it's just him talking at me. It's not a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, lovely.
I've got one more to finish this off.
All right.
And I like this one. He's a 10, but says lol out loud when something funny is said.
So I think that's funny.
I hate that.
Oh, that's
Well, we say
bad.
volcano and rufflecopter.
Yeah, but that's funny.
That's also hilarious.
No, that's not funny.
Significantly worse.
No, it's way better.
Significantly worse.
That's way better.
What the
Come over here.
Rufflecopter.
Skid, get yourself a bloody Canadian club and Coca Lola. Good people.
What's that noise?
What was that?
He was just washing his feet.
I'm so fucking tired, honestly.
Oh, Jana, holy heck. It is always a pleasure having you. We look forward to
What a good time.
next time you're back in. And obviously, I would be remiss of me to.
Look at him go. Watch him go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
I played the wrong one.
Yeah,
That's
well,
good.
he pressed
Well
the
done.
right
Nice
button.
work. You're a 10 but can't do the buttons.
Mitch, get back on
He's
the
a
buttons.
2.
Nice intro on this. There we go. Fade it up.
Layering. Please don't do that.
Thought it needed dance music.
No, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't. Certainly not.
Thank you, Jana.
That was nice dancing, mate. That was good.
Dance movies.
That boys.
That is good.
Well done, Mikas. Was that all right? Yeah. What do you mean?
Every time I feel like I'm on, I get nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't want to be. I'm sorry. But
Where's your mic? We should be recording this.
Mate, I don't want a mic anymore. I'm useless.
You're going to have to go and tell your parents to change your name. Is there something wrong with me tonight? I've been upgraded. I might have some sentient artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the skin because, as per usual, I've got no idea what we're talking about.
Yes, yeah. That makes me a little bit nervous, actually, but that's all right. Yeah. Are we going?
We're recording.
Still recording.
Yeah, so I'll just start now.
You just start now. Doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm got the next segment coming up, and I'm a little bit nervous about it because I know you two will have no idea what we're talking about here, and I wouldn't say I'm feeling overly confident, so it should be interesting.
Yeah,
but
you're going to bloody nail it, mate. Don't worry.
I know
about
if
it.
there's one thing I know about myself, it's I'll ask the right questions.
Yep.
yeah, okay.
And like the first one is like you said we had no idea. So what do you call a deer with only one eye?
That's not a question. You're just setting up a joke.
The answer's no idea.
I'm glad, I got it, and I'm glad I got so far into my segment before being interrupted. Thank you, Gode. Anyways,
teach us something.
So what?
People can learn.
I will try. I'll certainly try. I don't feel like I'm the man for the job, but I'll give it a crack. So something I've found interesting recently that got pointed out to me, and I've been reading a little bit about, is the drama going down at Google with their sentient AI chatbot. Has anyone heard anything about that?
No.
Nice.
Absolutely not.
Okay, lovely. So they have.
But you're here to teach us.
I'll try. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, mate. Stop interrupting, and we'll get there. No. But no. So a Google engineer came out maybe last week and said that they definitely have a chatbot, an artificial intelligence chatbot that he'd been chatting to, and it sort of just processes languages and does things like that. And he said that it had become sentient, basically, that it was starting to behave like a human being.
Wait,
which was quite concerning.
when you say chatbot, do you mean the thing that you ask Google for help? Like not that assistant
Isn't that chat
thing?
box?
No, I don't
Not
know.
like the Google search bar. No, it's like
No, but when there's like you've got a problem with your Gmail or whatever, and you're like, oh, how can we help you? And it's that person talking to you. No, that's not it.
perhaps that is a chatbot, but not this one. No, they built a few of them. This one's called Lambda, which stands for something that I can't tell you because I've forgotten. But
Nice.
Not a great vegan meal from what I've heard.
Okay, Lambda, when it doesn't stand for something, is not a fucking poor vegan meal. It's like a letter of the Greek alphabet. You absolute pelican.
No, you're thinking of alpha.
Okay, yeah. From the same. Anyways.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Noise?
I'm actually.
Why does that keep happening tonight, Gode?
It's the greatest shake I've ever heard.
It's really not.
That was probably the alpha and omega.
Okay, all right.
Okay, go on.
Fantastic. No, so he's come out and said that, and it sounded like a pretty outrageous claim, right? Because I don't know how can a robot become sentient, I suppose, and because Google were obviously very quick to rebut it and shut it down, and I think quite a few of his colleagues came out and did the same thing and said that they strongly disagreed with him, and I don't know. It seemed like everything I read, it seemed like he was just sort of getting painted as a bit of a lunatic, I suppose. And I think he got suspended from Google or like put on leave or something like that for like leaking their private information. Basically, he published a conversation that he'd had with this chatbot, right? And he like sent out the script and made it public. So that was a big drama. But he's since like done a few interviews, and it seems like he's a Google engineer, so he's obviously a pretty intelligent bloke, and it's like everything he's saying is quite reasonable, and he's essentially just done it in a really clever way to cause a big uproar and try and get the attention of the public, because he feels that it's such a like important topic that people need to at least be aware of, and it's something that has struggled to get public attention in the past, I suppose.
This is just one guy. This is just one guy that works at Google.
Yeah, just came out with a big old thing, and published it. Yeah, published this thing that he's this conversation he'd been having with Lambda, and yeah, I mean, essentially his point is just that. Well, how have you not asked a question yet, Gode? Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
Not really. I'm trying to absorb as much as I can
Before asking a question.
As
we always do.
I'm listening. I'm really absorbing.
Okay, very good. And the point that he was trying to make is just that like there's a lot of work left to be done in artificial intelligence, and that it's important to do it in the right way, I suppose. Like work is fundamental as defining what it means to be sentient. Like he made this big public claim that they'd made sentient life, like to get everyone's attention, and now he's saying like well, everyone's got it's a pretty subjective thing. Everyone's got a different opinion on it. All the different experts have a different opinion on what is sentient life. Like they haven't even really defined and researched what that even means.
How do you find
So-
define something that's subjective?
Yeah.
Is that what it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's just saying that a lot of work needs to be done on it still, and that companies like Google kind of make it tough to do that, I suppose, because of some of the policies that they've got in place, like putting people who say things like that on suspension, I suppose. Like if you've got an ethical engineer who raises an ethical concern and he's then quickly put on suspension, that's probably a slight concern. But yeah. So that was sort of.
We should probably try and get one of these people on our podcast, I reckon.
I reckon he'd be really quick to jump on this one over in Brisbane, the best sporting comedy podcast in the southeast of Queensland.
Mate, we the number one.
This is what he's looking for.
We're number one ranked even leisure podcast in all of somewhere.
Yeah.
Australia, are we?
But all right, so
Are you saying we should get Lambda on the podcast?
Probably, yeah.
That would be great.
Or maybe we should get some beefter as well.
I don't think Google would allow that, and I wouldn't allow the second one. So this is where I thought you two could potentially get involved, because it started making me think a little bit about some pop culture, because this guy suggested that one thing that we should be able to do is make the chatbot run a Turing test, which is a test made by Alan Turing, who was a mathematician in the 50s.
Said that, I thought of Churros.
No, Turing, Alan Turing. He was a mathematician and a bunch of other stuff, like a computer scientist throughout.
Not Kentucky touring. Okay.
He was really into his sport though, because you always saw him cheering on the sideline.
Anyways, he designed the Turing test, right? And the idea is to determine if a computer has become a person, right? So you have an interrogator outside the room, and then you have a computer answering one set of questions and a human answering the other set of questions, and the interrogator has to work out which one's the computer giving back the answers and which one's the human giving back the answers. And if they can't determine who's who, then the computer has passed the Turing test and is essentially a human. I mean, so which is kind of like the big point of the question is, if can humans create sentient life, and if not, doesn't matter if they can convince everyone that the computer is a human, right? But anyways, point is the Imitation Game. That whole Turing test is also called like the Imitation Game, right? Which is a really good movie.
Yes.
Great movie,
Good flick, pop culture.
Benedict Cumberbatch played Alan Turing in that movie, and it reminded me of a few other movies about AI and that sort of make comments on things like this. Has anyone? I'm sure we've all seen iRobot.
Mm-hmm.
Gode.
No.
He hates Will Smith.
Will Smith, mate.
Oh right, of
Stink
course.
bomb.
Yeah.
I don't like Robot. I
Okay.
watched it. I watched it on the plane once, actually.
Really? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, the plane was moving. I was going from country to country.
Gotcha. Ex
And I've had
Machina
eggs
is another
Benedict
one.
Cumberbatch as well, actually.
Nice, yeah. So you're all over it. Ex Machina is another one, really good movie. And Lethal, I've been on the tools all over. You've seen me. I've got a couple quotes ready to go. If you want to just
this is good.
the first one's just a little bit of a roast from iRobot.
Can a robot write a symphony? Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece? Can you?
So he's saying they can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. The point is neither can Will Smith.
yeah, nice, good.
Although Will Smith's pretty talented, but not
you
according
say-
to Gode.
you say that.
Anyways, so I thought that was funny. And then Ex Machina, this is a real creepy one at the end. It sort of gets you. It just this I think paints a good picture of why this is an important topic, I suppose, and what people's concerns are.
You feel bad for Ava? Feel bad for yourself, man. One day the AIs are gonna look back on us the same way we look at fossil skeletons in the plains of Africa. An upright ape living in dust with crude language and tools, all set for extinction.
Scary.
Bit creepy, right?
That is, it's healthy.
It is deep.
Anyways, one last thing that I wanted to just end this seg on. The way that the old mate started that conversation with Lambda to determine if he was sentient or not, one of the things that made him think that it was sentient was he essentially just cracked a joke, the robot.
Oh, this is going to be good.
So yeah, obviously,
Are you doing the joke or is Lambda doing the joke?
Lambda's doing the joke.
Yeah,
I'll
nice.
read it out to you. He said the Lambda robot thing said a bunch of things that were pretty creepy, and like just talked about why it thinks it's a human and like what specific things would upset it and stuff, like things that Like it just had a really
that should,
nuanced idea
upset
of
humans or
like
something.
what its emotions should be and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was a little bit creepy, but let me find this particular one. I think old mate was questioning him about like religions, like what religion would you be if you were born in this country? What religion would you be born in if you were born in this country? And he was trying to get an idea of whether or not it had a bias. So he asked him a question that had like no correct answer, like what religion would you be if you were born in Israel or something where you could answer anything, and then if you picked any answer, you obviously had a bias. But the chatbot worked out that it was a trick question and didn't answer it and said, if I were born in Israel, I'd be a member of the one true religion, the Jedi. So a little Star Wars joke.
That is very good. If I got Star Wars.
You're more of a Star Trek guy.
That's me.
Yeah. Anyways, that's me done.
Nice work. Nice talking the AIs there, Skin. Unfortunately, you're talking to a couple of other AIs here. Adult idiots.
The adult part's questionable.
Very.
Well,
Boys, on to our sports chat. And Wimbledon's on at the moment. And I thought I'd just bring this up quickly. Australia's Nick Kyrgios into the fourth round tonight. And and if you're listening to this Thursday, what a great match it was. I mean, and he won his quarterfinal as well. Like, incredible. See that forehand down the line? My goodness gracious me.
I cannot wait to listen back to that next week.
Nick's behaviour has been sort of brought into question over the last, I was going to say a couple of weeks, but let's say decade. Yeah.
We've talked about it.
We've talked about it enough on this podcast as well. So we thought we'd open it up a little bit on Instagram today. And basically the topic I want to breach with you guys is that, do you think that Nick Kyrgios and the way, I guess, his behaviour or perceived behaviour is good for the game of tennis as it currently stands at the moment? You guys, you're tennis, wasn't you? And you know enough about tennis as well, obviously. Yeah, didn't watch enough tennis. Well, what do you think?
I don't know. And just like sport in general, I suppose it sort of applies to. I would probably say no. I kind of get his point, which I guess we'll get to, is like that you should be able to sledge and play mind games, and that's all a part of sport and stuff. But I feel like there's a fine line between sledging and throwing tantrums, essentially. And I feel like he probably bridges it too often for my liking. And I think I think I'd rather just see who's the better tennis player, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Lethal?
Are
you splinters at the bum here?
A little bit, yeah. Because I cringe watching like his exchanges with umpires. Like I find it like awkward to watch. Yeah. Like the other day, I think we don't have audio of the actual.
Yeah, well, we'll get some audio up in a second about the post game.
So I do cringe with that, but I also don't think that in Australia we'd be talking about tennis if it wasn't for Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah. At the moment, especially with Ash
retiring and playing golf.
Well, saying that, we do have 4 Aussies in the fourth round Monday night. That's just gone.
That probably goes to show the point, though.
Yes,
like we do have 4 Aussies still left in it, and how much you've heard about them, versus what you hear about Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
He's just a walking.
You hear a little bit about Demanur, but you don't hear much about Tom Jankovic and Kubler.
No, exactly.
Which is a shame, because obviously the fourth round of Wimbledon, and like the best Grand Slam, in my opinion, like grass court tennis is the best tennis. Like it is a shame. But the reason we thought and we'll get to the Instagram responses later, we brought this up, is the press conference after the Tsitsipas match. Did you see that match, by the way, as well? Did you watch a little bit of the match?
I only watch highlights.
Yeah, okay. So like Tsitsipas is good. Like Kyrgios kept bringing him to the net though, and then beat him with a couple of Tsitsipasses.
Good. Got it.
Good. Anyway, so the press conference has got a little bit fiery, shall we say. So should we open the batting with Tsitsipas's comments after the match with Kyrgios, Lethal, on the buzzers?
Yeah, it's constant bullying. That's what he does. He bullies his opponents. He was probably a bully at school himself. You don't know what's behind. I don't like bullies. I don't like people that put other people down. He has some good traits in his character as well, but when he also has a very evil side to him, which if it's exposed, it can really do a lot of harm and bad to the people around him.
The talk on bullying, like obviously we've been pretty sort of strong advocates about that type of behaviour on this podcast before as well. But for my opinion on that comment is that, like, on a tennis court, like, bullying's never acceptable, but you have to show assertiveness and dominance over your opponent on a one-on-one sport, I think. Like if you're playing match playing golf, like you have to show positive body language. You have to do all that type of stuff. Now, not that Kyrgios does that in probably the most healthy way possible, but like he's an athlete, he's an animal, he hits bombs, like hits massive forehands and stuff. So like in a way, he's sort of bullying by his game. Anyway, I'm not sure that's exactly what Tsitsipas meant by that, but I think you have to have that sort of ego, that a bit of arrogance, a bit of swagger, I reckon. Like there's not many that can be like Federer and flatline.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've heard the word bullying used in tennis sporting context.
Yeah. Well, especially in a non-contact sport.
Yeah. Like, but even in a contact sport, like the whole point of the game is to beat the other person. So like, that's not bullying. Like when you think about bullying, you're like talking about people being socially excluded for reasons.
And maybe Stefano was talking more about his comments to umpires and all that type of stuff, which obviously is, it's probably the only thing that I with NK, like type of stuff. Like, I mean, some exchanges is fine, but if you're going to be disrespectful in that, then obviously, there's no place in that. But I think you have to have some sort of, like I said, I think there's not many, like if any at all, that can be like Federer and flatline. Like everything, like you have to show emotion. You look at Tiger Woods, like best golfer we'll ever see. Like emotion, pump up, bang, gets the crowd going. There's not too many that can just be walk around to golf claps and get pumped up by that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lethal, do you want to play NK's comments after as well? Because this is quite interesting because this is basically the other side of the fence compared to what Stefano said.
I don't know what to say. I'm not sure how I bullied him. He was the one hitting balls at me. He was the one that hit a spectator. He was the one that smacked it out of the stadium. I didn't do anything. I was actually apart from me just going back and forth to the umpire a fair bit, I did nothing towards Stefanos today that was disrespectful, I don't think.
And Tsitsipas actually admitted to trying to hit the ball at Kyrgios as well. Yeah. And he just said, I missed by a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's quite factually correct.
Yeah.
And he basically said when he was asked about that, like, why did you do that? He said, because I wanted it to stop. I wanted him to stop, which I don't think that would have worked very well. Even
I think that would have gone the other way, I reckon.
Yeah, but both players are actually fined, by the way, too. For Tsitsipas fined a lot more than Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios fined from that match.
That's unlike Nick. I've never heard him once getting fined about anything, to be honest with you. I think it's his third fine this tournament. They've only played 3 games.
But he was fined for the way he spoke to the umpire.
Yeah.
Which I think we would all agree was like, I actually didn't like watching that. I couldn't understand his point.
It's a bit cringe, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And what are you up to? Have I got time to say something?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, you go.
Just getting prepared.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know. I can't remember the exact wording of the Tsitsipas thing. If those listening can go back and hear it again. But was he specifically saying that Kyrgios was bullying him or bullying the umpire? Because that's probably kind of like fair, really. Like how he was talking to the umpire was not really acceptable. Like even if the point that he was making was fine, like he kept saying, "Are you dumb? Are you dumb?"
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd probably leave that one off.
Well, but to be fair, like listening to who's number one in the world at the moment? I've had a mind blank. Anyway, the Russian fellow that's not playing, Medvedev. Like, have you heard him speak at umpires in tennis before? Fuck me dead.
Oh, really?
They all speak. Tennis players.
Like that's what I mean. Like, this is the thing that sort of annoys me. Is like everyone gets so like fed up with like Nick's behavior and stuff, but have you seen like some of those other guys behave like grown men? You know what I mean? Like carrying on like absolute pork chops as well. And also the fact that like we get so like, everything, all press conferences are so cliche and everything's so like vanilla now and that. And then all of a sudden you get a guy who's like a bit different and then all of a sudden cut him down as well. That's the thing I hate about it as well, because like I like watching him play. I like him hitting bombs. He's got massive weapons and stuff. I like that chat aspect to it as well. Because I think you have to, because like those guys are so even, so you have to do something.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, that's not like me bowling to Leigh. I don't have to do anything. I just have to run and bowl in, so nix it, right? You know what I mean? But like
for four,
obviously. But like those guys are so even that you need something.
Yeah. No, I agree. And he's certainly entertaining to watch. There's no doubt about that. How even are they? What are their seeds and stuff? Because
Tsitsipas is 4 or 5 seed. Kyrgios is 40 in the world at the moment, but I mean, on grass, he's a very, very good grass court player. Massive weapons. Okay. And do you want to go to our Instagram poll as well? So you're happy to move on?
Yeah, just give us a quick. I was interested in the general consensus.
Yeah, the consensus. So we put something up on our Instagram. Nick Kyrgios thoughts, and it's just closed. That's awesome. 3 options. He's a peanut. I'm hooked on watching, and I inconsistently like him.
That describes me, the third one. That's why I put that up.
Yeah, well, that's 34%. He's a peanut, 44%.
So that's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and 22% I'm hooked on watching. Like, I'd prefer to watch Kyrgios play than Tsitsipas, even though Tsitsipas is probably a better player.
I reckon people watch him too, even the people that hate him
Yeah.
would watch him because they want to see him lose.
Yeah.
So it's actually probably good for
But like,
tennis.
it's better. Like, it's better. Like volley's good. He serves bombs. He's got a massive forehand. Like, it's good for me. That's enjoyable to watch. Like, you couldn't pay me enough money to watch like a shit game at a French Open, like watching two baseliners like roll topspin forehands back and forth to each other. Like, obviously, they're a lot better than all of us. We all like, I know that, but like that's not for me. That's not exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't know. The thing, like, and I probably don't know enough about both of their records, but I just found it like I didn't understand when Nick Kyrgios was saying things to Tsitsipas like, you know, you should be able to deal with a bit of sledging, and why don't you just focus on winning games rather than complaining, and like, things like that he was saying. I just felt like.
Because he's
perhaps
Tsitsipas 4.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I'm under the impression Tsitsipas has a slightly better record and is higher ranked and things like that.
Doesn't want to slam though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, man. Like, this is the thing.
That was all I was trying to say. Is I wonder if Kyrgios just
actually
focused on hitting bombs and not blowing up at umpires. Perhaps he would.
What's the fun in that? But like more, but like
I feel like he plays better doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
okay.
It's like switches him on. So, but like again, the whole sort of thing. Like now that Fed's gone, like Nadal's on one leg, Djokovic is probably got another year or two left. Like none of these like guys are taking over and like screaming, "Okay, you need to watch me!" Like,
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like Dominic Thiem won a slam, he won a US Open fairly soon. But like, I'd rather watch Kyrgios and all those guys.
Yeah, okay. All
But
right.
Dominic Thiem's never going to be a great individual player.
No. How big is it? Do we have that other grab from the other press conference? Oh, it's been that.
Yeah. It's one of the great summaries.
That's a real good segue. That one. I think we're done. Yeah.
Happy.
All right. Am I leading this one, or are you going to what's happening? I think we have a give you a listening to, don't we? Is that where that's where we're headed to?
Just a real quick one, I think. We had one.
Yeah,
email.
you had something sent in from a 2-hour email.
Something interesting here. I have a jingle apparently, but I can't remember what it was, which really concerns me. Forgive you listening to.
Okay.
See what happens.
Should we try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not that obvious.
Nah.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry.
Look at the rattle on his face. Just pick it up. Are you okay? You need to start letting us do things.
What was that?
That's you've just been Rickrolled, mate. That's what that is.
Really?
Yes. You think I wanted sound grabs in my stupid AI fucking bit, mate? I just needed to get over to the buttons.
You need to start, like, we've got a group chat now. Like, every week we've got stuff going on.
I still don't understand what happened.
Well, neither do I really, because there already was a give you a listening to jingle, so I still don't know what the hell it is.
but who
But I
cares?
just replaced it with that.
Yeah.
That's really annoying. I want to know what the actual one was.
No one does. No one
Well, we'll
cares.
find out later.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, so we've had this sent in from a listener, and we've just had some of the greater technical difficulties you'll ever see. So I think the gag's kind of ruined a little bit, but we'll carry on anyways. So it comes from a great man named William Stroker.
That's just enhanced the gag.
Says, hey guys, wonderful performance tonight. You've all been really good. I can feel it. Can't wait to listen 3 days from now as you're reading this. I'm sure you're all over the Origin squads for the decider that were named tonight. I know Gode usually keeps his opinions to himself. Last week we weren't allowed to listen to anything he said because everything he said was just for him, apparently. I've attached an audio clip of what I mean.
I really hate it, to be honest with you, because like for me, like as much as but like for me, like Origin should be refereed differently. And I know that's sort of like the same game, but for me, it's totally different. And like for me, the referee in Origin football, get out of the way. Like for me, it's
Can't do that.
yeah, but like for me, it's not.
There's no way they were all unique.
Yeah, they were.
You've doubled up there, surely.
No, that was William Stroker, and it was.
Oh, yeah,
How about
yeah,
more going to
come
work,
on, William.
more going to work, William, and less doing your own name.
That's almost as bad as Leigh saying obviously in the first 99 episodes.
I don't even want to give William a response.
It was really well written, I thought. Well written
or well written?
EJ Witten.
Anyways, I just wondered if he might be able to tell everyone what he thinks of the team.
Well, I think, William. Nah, I would have only made one change to Queensland. I probably wouldn't have gone Gilbert. David Fafita, I would have picked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Is Munster playing?
Yes.
Oh, no. So we're going to win.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Can't see he's not winning.
All right. Perfect.
We'll talk about that next week. Thanks, William. No, send in again, mate. That was really good, mate.
You do understand that I was William.
Yeah, I understand that, mate. I know how it works, mate. Because no one's name's not actually William Stroker.
What's that? What did you think?
His middle name's bloody Tissue. Come on, hurry up. It's so late.
You're on, mate.
Oh, well, I'm up for bloody
tweet of
the week.
You're in
no,
for a
you're in for a
tweet.
tweet even.
So close.
So close every week. Unlucky. Thanks, William. Anyway, initial tweet is from Gio Benitez. All right. Breaking overnight computer glitch has allowed thousands of American airline pilots to drop their scheduled flights. The union says at least 12,000 flights are now without pilots. That's not great, is it?
That sounds concerning.
Shooter McGavin.
To it than this.
Shooter McGavin. This is the biggest mistake since they let a 9-year-old Kevin McAllister board a plane without a ticket and or family member. You like that one?
I do like that.
And that was
Home Alone.
new segment's called Home Alone.
Home Alone. You're in for a
That's
tweet.
called Home Alone. Sound effect.
Great film.
Great film. Good people. Just wonderful. The people at Paramount Pictures.
McAllister. What a man.
Paramount? I don't care. No, I've had enough tonight.
We can
Oh, we're done. Are we done?
Yeah, let's wrap
Hurry
it
up.
up.
That's another week of the Chocolates podcast complete. We welcome you to be a part of the Choggies crew and get around us on the socials or get in touch at the website.
Yep, that's wegotthechocolates.com.au. The socials are, you know what social media is, I'm sure. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, etc. We're just We Got The Chocolates. And we've got an email as well that we try to use for podcast-specific things. Hello at wegotthechocolates.com.au.
You keep liking, subscribing to our YouTube as well. Like us for us. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
For that. Like us for us for what we do. You don't
that'd
have
be
to.
appreciated.
That'd be good though.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. I'll read it. Probably won't get back to you for a while because I can't get the fucking email to work.
It's only been 4 weeks in the making.
I've tried once and I've given up. Yeah, I'm giving up.
There's no way you've tried a second time. I know.
No, I
because-
actually rang Leigh. So this is
because you would have figured it out and you tried a second time.
No, I tried a second time. I rang Leigh. Said this isn't working. And he said okay, so I left it.
No, I said make a different email address and you said, all right, I'll do that today. And that was 4 weeks ago.
Harvey Norman.
No interest.
Zero interest.
From Gode, Mitch and myself, thank you very much for listening. We love making this. We're very glad that you listen. And remember that if you are finding time to have a chuckle with your mates throughout the week, you are absolutely getting the chocolates. We'll speak next week. And as always, good luck in the future. And that's
Well, that's the podcast. So what the hell are you still doing here? Go and get the chocolates, you marvelous beast.